Alexandra Hayes was the CEO of a large tech company at age 34. She was known for being tough and unemotional. She made decisions quickly based on numbers, not feelings. This was because of her childhood. Her mother had fallen apart after Alexandra's father left them. Young Alexandra promised herself she would never be weak or vulnerable like her mother. She ran her company the same way she lived her life, with cold precision. William Carter was a night shift maintenance technician at the same company. He was 36 and raised his 7-year-old daughter, Louisa, alone. After a tragedy years ago, William had chosen to be invisible at work. He did his job well, never asked for credit, and tried not to draw attention to himself. His main goal was to keep his job so he could provide for Louisa. Louisa was a smart little girl who worried her father might disappear like her mother had. For 2 years, Alexandra barely noticed William. He was just the quiet man who fixed things. But one night, Alexandra saw him at an expensive restaurant. He was wearing a nice suit and looking happy, laughing with a beautiful woman named Andrea. Alexandra was shocked. She realized she didn't even know his name. She felt a strange jealousy, wondering why he was so different outside of work. Alexandra started paying attention to William. She asked her executives about him. George, her manipulative CFO, and Vanessa, the PR director, told her William was just a complainer who always wanted schedule changes. They had always dismissed him. But Henry, the Cooey, had secretly noticed that William's work was brilliant and that others were taking credit for it. Amanda in HR saw William's struggles but had no power to help him. Alexandra, acting on her jealousy, promoted William to a difficult project that required him to work late and report directly to her. She wanted to see if he was special and keep him away from Andrea. William didn't complain but asked if he could still pick up Louisa from school. Alexandra, not knowing about his daughter, thought he was being difficult. George used this to spread rumors that William was a security risk. Vanessa set up a situation where Alexandra saw William leaving the office with Andrea. Photos were taken and leaked, making it look like William was giving company secrets to an outsider. Alexandra called William into a meeting and accused him. William, insulted by her lack of trust, simply said he worked there for his daughter's health insurance. Alexandra, angry that he wouldn't apologize, told him to follow her schedule or leave. William chose to resign. After William left, the company's systems started failing. Alexandra, realizing she might have made a mistake, went to William's apartment. She saw him carrying Louisa. Inside, she saw Andrea, who was actually a lawyer, not a lover. They were discussing evidence against George. William had been helping Andrea investigate George for stealing intellectual property and financial manipulation. The woman Alexandra had been jealous of was actually trying to save the company. The next day, the company's systems crashed completely, threatening a major contract. George blamed William, suggesting he had sabotaged the systems before leaving. Vanessa suggested they frame William to protect the company's image. But Henry and Amanda had found evidence that George was behind the sabotage, using William's old access logs to cover his tracks. Alexandra made a difficult choice. She went back to William's apartment alone and apologized. She admitted she was wrong about everything and promised to restore credit for his work and protect him if he came back to help fix the systems. William agreed, but only if Andrea was involved and the truth came out. William and Andrea worked together to find the proof. William found the malicious code George had planted in the system. Andrea found financial records showing George's theft. Henry produced the reports showing George took credit for William's work. At a board meeting, they presented the evidence. George tried to attack William's credibility, but Andrea's legal proof and William's technical evidence were undeniable. George had been stealing from the company for years and had tried to crash it to buy it cheaply. Alexandra fired George and called for a criminal investigation. Vanessa resigned. The company was saved. After the meeting, William told Alexandra he hadn't come back for her, but because he wanted his daughter to live in a decent world where integrity mattered. His words hit Alexandra hard. Over the next few months, Alexandra changed. She implemented systems to ensure people got credit for their work. She created a fund for single parents, managed by Amanda. She made sure executives took responsibility for their departments instead of blaming others. She apologized to William again, privately, and offered him a senior position with a flexible schedule for Louisa. Alexandra also got to know Louisa. She learned to talk to her not as a CEO but as a person. One day, Louisa told her, Don't make him disappear. Don't make him sad. Just see him. Alexandra and William's relationship developed slowly, built on respect. Alexandra showed her change through actions, not just words. One evening, while walking Louisa home, William told Alexandra, "I used to think you didn't know I existed." Alexandra replied, "I was wrong. And I don't want to be wrong again." They shared their first kiss. Months later, Alexandra, William, and Louisa were having dinner at a simple restaurant. Louisa was laughing and William was happy. Alexandra watched them, no longer the cold CEO, but a woman who had learned that love and respect were more important than control. She held William's hand, grateful for the second chance she had been given.